Hello everyone, welcome to another gameplay series review. Today I want to talk about Katamari REROLL plus Royal Reverie. This was created quite a while ago by Keita Takahashi, and it is developed by Namco and Bandai Namco Studios, and also published through the Bandai Studios. The 2023 version of this is available on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC. You can pick up a copy of some of those that are available here at the library. So this is a game that I would say you want to play when you just want to have a good time and don't really want to think a lot about game mechanics or get really involved in the story. So this is more of a fun, light-hearted game that you just want to play in between other games, maybe as a refresher, as a, just kind of a downtime kind of thing. The gameplay controls are really simple. You just have the two joysticks that you have to use at the same time, and there's a couple different things that you could do with the double joysticks, but other than that, you really don't have to do anything else. That's one of the reasons that this game is so fun to play, is that it is so easy to play. It's good time without, any drama. It's a single player game, so you're basically on your own. And it has a lot of fun music. I will say I enjoy the music of Katamari. The cons of this game, for me specifically, are going to be the camera. And that just has to do a lot also with where you take your character. So if you go into corners and you're, kind of taking them into like areas where the camera might be obstructed, then you're going to have some obstructed views. They do try to help you out with those obstructions, but at the same time, sometimes the camera angles can be bad. There is also lots of places to get snagged. So that's one thing that I always run into, is just a bunch of snags all the time. So like I said, this storyline for this video game is not very complicated. You are playing the part of a prince from the cosmos, and you are helping people by rolling up Katamari, which basically means you have this little ball that you roll around and pick up items, and then you kind of talk to each character, see what they want you to roll up. So there's certain times where in certain levels you'll be rolling up specific items or trying to roll up specific items, or get to a specific size and things like that. Before you go on your Katamari adventure, you do have to go talk to the king before every level, and he can be a little bit sarcastic, go off on a few rants and raves, but he's kind of funny. And then he'll give you permission to go and roll up a Katamari. Then he'll give you instructions as well, so you'll get that from him. Try to pass the levels, because if you do not pass the levels, you will incur the king's wrath, and he is not very nice when you lose. I've lost a couple levels here and there just because either I, wasn't really paying attention to the instructions, or I just ran out of time, and the king was not happy with me. So be sure to not get on his bad side. So some gameplay tips about this game. Try not to get hit or you'll lose items. So as you run around rolling up things, you're going to get bigger and bigger. And certain levels, you're going to be very small. You're going to be like the size of a paper clip. And then as you start rolling, you get this ball to be bigger and bigger. But that means that things like people, cars, animals, if you get knocked into by them, it can make you lose items from your Katamari, and that's not something that you want to do. You don't want to especially get hit really hard, because you will lose a lot of items, and that will kind of, not help you in your pursuit of making a big Katamari. The second thing is there are certain levels, most levels especially, you will have different sections where items are of different size to roll up. Don't be very quick to jump into a new area like right away. The reason I say this is because if, like, say you're in a small area and all of a sudden it says, oh, hey, now you can be in this 5-meter area. If you immediately go in there, most of the items are going to be at 5 meters and up. And it's very hard to find items that are still at the size that you currently are to roll up. So bigger items that you're not ready for are not going to be rolled up by you. And if in any point you will actually bump into them and start losing even more items. So I usually try to spend a little bit of extra time in the area that I currently am before I roll into a larger area. It helps me to pick up those bigger items right away without having to spend a lot of time or even backtracking to get my Katamari a little bigger to pick up those items. Always keep an eye on the clock. If you don't, you can run out of time fairly quickly. I mean, this is a game that honestly you can get lost just kind of rolling around with your little guy. So if you don't keep an eye on the clock, you may not have time to complete the goal at the end. And then make sure to read the level instructions, pay attention to what the king and the person that you're doing the level for is telling you, because there were a couple of times where, and I was trying to get through this game fairly fast, but I didn't pay attention to what the person wanted me to do. And so I kept failing the level, and I was like, wait a minute, but I'm rolling it bigger and bigger. Why am I failing? Well, it was because there was something that I needed to do before I ended the level. So you do have to kind of make sure that there isn't an objective besides getting bigger. So yeah, I mean, this game is a lot of fun. I've played at least 4 versions of this game. It's been done and remastered and redone and re-released in various versions and for various platforms, and I always enjoy it. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun little music. It's cute. It's not, demanding of your time. You can get through this in a day or two. And it's something that you can replay and replay. There is a lot of replayability here. I wouldn't say it's something that you're going to, pursue for months on end, but it is something that you can generally go back to in between games just to have a good time. So if you're looking for a short, fun game that doesn't require a lot from you, this is the perfect choice. So come into the library and pick up a copy and let me know what you think. See you next time.